Hi, everybody, and welcome back to In Their Own Words. This YouTube channel is brand new, mediocre at best. Today, we're taking a look at the first appearance and the body cam footage of Colin Gray to see if we can understand a little bit about what may have led up to the attack on the school from his son, Colt Gray. If you don't mind and you do like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to help my channel grow. Thank you.
Just a few questions, and then I'm going to advise you of your rights and also let you know about a preliminary hearing that's been scheduled for you. Why don't you just state your name, please? All right, pull the microphone down, please. There you go. All right, and how old are you, Mr. Gray?
54.
And are you able to read and write and understand the English language without any difficulty?
Yes, sir.
How far did you go in school?
11th grade GED.
Okay. And I note that you have counsel seated with you at the table. You understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney at all times for this and all future proceedings in your case?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that, of course, if you cannot afford an attorney, that the public defender will be appointed to represent you upon your request.
Yes, sir.
All right. And counsel, would you identify yourself, please, for the record?
Donna Seagraves. We are going to have new counsel assigned to Mr. Gray later today.
For felony involuntary manslaughter in the second degree, felony murder in the second degree, the maximum penalty for each count is up to 30 years imprisonment. For felony involuntary.
I've seen a couple of people comment on why Mr. Gray may be shaking back and forth. And all I have to say about that is if you know, you know. We don't know too much about Mr. Gray at this point, but from the way that his voice sounded when he first spoke at the beginning and just that temperament, watching him shake back and forth a little bit, it looks like Mr. Gray might be going through a little bit of alcohol withdrawal, I suspect. That's just my opinion. Like I said, if you know, you know. I'm not sure exactly how long he's been in custody for before this arraignment. But if it's been a couple of days, 24, 48 hours, he might be going through a withdrawal if he was a heavy alcohol user. And honestly, the jail might have a problem on their hands if they're not aware of the amount of alcohol that he did consume, because if he is a heavy alcohol consumer, he may be headed for some severe medical issues here coming up. So we will keep an eye on that.
Manslaughter, of course, again, there are 4 counts. The maximum penalty for each of those offenses is 10 years imprisonment. For the 8 felony cruelty to children counts, the maximum penalty under the law for each of those 8 counts is 10 years imprisonment, for a maximum total possible penalty for the charges that you currently are facing of 180 years imprisonment. If you have questions about these charges, which I assume that you will, the court urges you to discuss those with your attorney. Let me inquire as to whether there's a motion for bond if Mr. Gray is moving for bond at this time.
No, sir, not at this time. We will allow alternate counsel to make that decision.
All right, thank you. All right, I also need to inform you that you have the right to an indictment by a grand jury, and you also have the right to a preliminary hearing unless you make bond or waive such a hearing. You have the right to a speedy and public trial by a judge or jury. You have the right to confront and cross-examine all witnesses. You have the right to call witnesses on your own behalf and testify in your own defense if you so choose. I want to make it clear to you, Mr. Gray, that you are presumed innocent. Your refusal to testify at any point cannot be used against you in determining whether you are guilty or not guilty. I mentioned the first appearance hearing a moment ago. That is being set for you for December 4th, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. Currently, that's set to take place in the Magistrate Court of Barrow County. It could be subject to change, but I just want you to know that that is the date that we currently have. In fact, counsel, could you approach, please?
Yeah, as I look at him there, with that side profile, he definitely looks like he's struggling. If you've seen this before or seen this from yourself or another family member, eyes down, head down, shaking. It definitely looks like that he is struggling, going through a little bit of withdrawal, among other things. So I'll be interested to see as more information unfolds about his son. See what that home life looks like. See what information comes out about them.
Are you Colin? I am. You want to step out where you can talk real quick? You got a son?
Okay, so we're about 15 seconds into this body cam footage, and I am going to stand behind my presumption that Mr. Gray may have a substance abuse issue. Raise your hand if you've ever been an ex-substance abuse user or the child of or had a family member and you found yourself in this outfit or seeing this outfit or just maybe that's just I don't know, a bold choice. There's just something to be said about the Hanes t-shirt, boxer brief, middle of the day clothing choice that says something to the effect of I was passed out on my couch and you woke me up and I'm still confused about what's going on and may still be drunk from the night before. Again, not judging, just making an inference based on this outfit that alcohol may be an issue for this man. So let's go on and see what his demeanor is like through the rest of this body cam.
Something that uses, you know what Discord is? So we got a tip from the FBI saying that somebody from your old address over there in Traditions had made a threat to shoot up a school.
For real?
Yes, sir. And your name was associated with that address.
Yeah. So what? Tell me what.
You have any kids or anything living
Yeah,
here?
Colt Gray.
Colt?
Yeah, Colt. He's my oldest son.
How old is he?
He's 13.
Does he play a lot of video games and stuff?
Yeah, he does. Like all the time.
Is he here right now?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: Do you have weapons in the house?
I do.
Are they accessible to him?
They are. I mean, there's nothing loaded, but they are down. We do a lot of shooting. We do a lot of deer hunting. He shot his first deer this year.
Okay.
So like I'm pretty much in shock, to be honest with you.
Well,
I'm a little pissed off, to be even really honest with you. I don't know anything about him saying shit like that, and I'm gonna be mad as hell if he did. And then all the guns will go away, and they won't be accessible to him. I'm trying to be honest with you. I'm trying to teach him about firearms and safety and how to do it all, and get him interested in the outdoors.
mm-hmm.
Like on my phone.
Get him away from those video games.
Exactly right. That's the God honest truth. And the picture on my phone is him with blood on his cheeks from shooting his first deer. It was just the greatest day ever.
Yeah,
so
sure.
He knows the serious.
So far sounds like the typical white, rednecky kind of dad answer. Looks like he's pounding a Red Bull. Maybe he works the overnight shift. I don't know. Um, looks like from the timestamp of this
Isn't that some
video,
weapons or-
it's like almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Um, overall though, it looks like he gets a little bit of sun. He looks pretty tan. Hard to say what he does for a living. Demeanor's fairly decent, not super belligerent, but there's a little bit of those belligerent undertones. He's the dad that might kind of go off on you, joking around and seem okay, and then kind of just hit that switch real quick. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting right now. So we'll continue to watch and see.
what they can do and how to use them and not use them. Whatever, wherever this is coming from, is no joke.
No.
Like, it's no joke.
But we wouldn't be here if it was.
No, I know. And I'm telling you right now, we talk about it quite a bit.
Okay.
All the school shootings, things that happen.
Yeah.
Hey, are you getting picked on at school? He is. He's getting picked on at school. And is everything okay? That's why I keep going up there. These are good dudes. Just they're
Hey, Colt, what's going on, bud? So did your dad kind of explain everything to you?
Said something about
shooting up a school.
Did you say something about school shooting?
I just told him, I don't know what. Maybe they misheard somebody else. I don't remember to say that.
This kid kind of looks petrified. I don't know why I get that vibe from him, but I'm looking at him right now. The way he walked out of the door, like he didn't look petrified of the police. He looked petrified of his dad. Like when he walked out of that door, he was looking in the corner and he was looking at his dad more so than the police. I mean, I assume there's two policemen at least here, one that's off in the right hand side and one that's off on the left hand side. But the side eye was definitely going back towards dad. It was a little weird. You'd think that his focus would be on the police department in front of him, but something's off. I also noticed this lock right here below the door. Looks like the house might be up for sale. It looks like maybe something like the realtor with the realtor key. So also seems to be they're bouncing around houses a little bit.
You never ever said.
No, I swear.
Do you use Discord?
Discord?
Yes, sir.
I used to. I don't have it.
When's the last time you used it?
Like a few months ago.
Really? I mean, I'm not trying to get anybody hemmed up, but like this is some serious stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, he knows how serious it is. Trust me.
'Cause I'd hate to. My boss was even like, I don't know how old this is.
Yeah, he knows how serious it is because he's gonna get his ass beat when the cops leave later. Yeah, this kid still he looks at the cops, and then he keeps darting his eyes over at his dad. And dad's got that kind of smug look on his face, that tense jaw. I'm assuming he has a lipper in, which is what it is, but I don't know.
Information is, and if you want to wait till Monday to follow up, I was like, nah, I'd rather do it now because
So would we.
God forbid something happened and I didn't do my job, I'd feel pretty bad about that. So I just want to make sure you understand that if something like that happened or you hear something like that, report it.
Yeah,
Tell your dad, tell
And I
teachers.
like I
whatever.
told him, I promise I would never say something.
So you haven't used Discord in a few
Oh,
months,
no.
and you're saying you didn't say anything like that.
No, the only thing I have is TikTok, but I just go around there and watch videos.
Okay. I gotta take you at your word, and I hope you're being honest with me. I'm not saying you're lying, but it's
Seriously.
it's not unusual for people to lie to police.
He's familiar with that too.
Maybe it was something he heard or did on Discord months ago. I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay.
But he's telling me he didn't. He's telling me he can't remember anything like that. And I take you at your word. Okay. If you look me in the eye and you tell me that's what you're telling me, I got no choice but to take you at your word right now. Okay.
Yes, sir.
But like I was telling your dad, if you find out otherwise, then it's a different story. Okay.
That's a really different story. Okay.